Hey, what's happening? So, yesterday I was going to explain my setup, but I got sidetracked as I sometimes will end up doing. So, what I've got here, I've got 4 of these Q2N cams, okay? I just have them mounted up on these little mounts. There's 4. Let me show you all the angles. There's the front cam right here. Here's the left cam. There's the right cam right there. And then the rear cam is back there. I also have another scene that I just created. I got this one right here, which is the front and the right cam. And I've also got all 4 of them right here. So that's all of the cameras. Okay, so how do I run these? I go into a software called OBS, and it's what is it? Open broadcast software. So its whole function is it's kind of like the TV Switcher Studio, and it's free. That's the cool thing about it. I have 2 cams going into one powered USB hub and another 2 cams going into another powered USB hub. There's 4 ports on one USB hub. Why would I split them like that? Well, because you kind of have to have it cuts down on the latency between having 4 cameras just dumping into one USB hub, so it just breaks it up into parity and makes it a little easier for the computer to digest it. I'm running all this through a MacBook Pro 2018, yeah, and I'm running all my sound through a L20 Live Sound, Audix mics, and the Zoom cameras. Got to give props to my ear people, the Atomotic. Atomotic.com. They make really good earbuds. I've got the the SR4, the ER4 SR or something, or the XR. I can't remember which one they are. I'll take a look at them and put it in the note here. But anyway, what you're witnessing here is my kind of rebuilding myself after just kind of I'm getting into a point where I need to take inventory of my playing, and that's never a bad thing. You want to try to, hey, how's it going, Jim? You want to sort of take inventory of what it is that you're doing every so often, just kind of get a bearing on like where you're progressing. How do you want to play? I'd look at these young kids nowadays out there. It's like, good Lord, some of these, I mean, drumming's just come so far. Like, we were trying to play, Strutter by Kiss when we were kids, and these, youngins now, this 2-year-old, like a 2-year-old is just killing it so hard nowadays. I'm not saying, like killing it like Dennis Chambers, but geez, man, just give them a few years, all that foundation. We truly do stand on the shoulders of those who came before us, and, props to the younger kids and the younger generation who's taken drumming and music to a completely new level, So I broke out my old copy of Future Sounds by Garibaldi. Let me just illuminate this right here for you. Future Sounds. And this is a really good book. It took me back. Oh, look, it's signed. Garibaldi signed it. See? And can you see it sort of? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, there. Bragging rights. Wow. And there's notes in here from when I went through it. And, geez, man, what year is it? 10/4/1995. That's when I started going through this book, was in 1995. And it's just a really good primer on how to better your time, because these phrases, these permutations, kind of shift across bar lines, and they get kind of tricky. It's like the same thing. You play the same thing, and I'm not going to go play one of the harder ones right now. But here's the one I was working on here. I'm just going to keep working because that's what I'm here to do. Guitar Commander, hey, what's going on, man? Nice to see you. Thanks for showing up. So, should I go with my left cam angle? Right, that's the front cam. Left. There's the right one right there. I'll just use this one right here because, well, because I can. Yeah. You know, I just struggle with some things, and it's kind of funny. Here I am, sort of embarrassing myself on, the national stage, and it's okay because, or the international stage for that matter, don't think I don't think about that when I'm playing or attempting to go through this stuff. I'm just kind of getting back into a few routines here, and this is sort of a way to hold myself accountable for certain things, like focusing on playing more drums correctly. For so many years, I've been doing things, just kind of like by ear and hearing things, and so the blues scene will do that to you. So reading music, at one point I was a great reader because I was playing a lot of church gigs, and every morning, it was just with me. It's just like boils down to what I'm doing, and so Dennis Chambers, I asked him, was it years and years ago? I asked him about how do you get to the next level, man? He said, well, there's no real levels per se, but there's circles. So when you have, it's like who you hang out with, because we all know, like, there's some pretty amazing players out there, and there's also some people who, it's kind of like, you sort of think, well, damn, they're not the best, but how did they get to that point? And I'll tell you how they got there, because what a lot of it boils down to, it's not so much how, like, flashy or killer of a player you are. It's how, is it okay? Are you fun to be in a bus with? I mean, are you okay to be in a bus for like 9 hours with these other people, and can you all hang together? That's what it really boils down to. Is like, being able to do the hang, because if you can't hang and you're kind of a jerk all the time, then nobody wants to hang out with you. So, and you're stuck in a car most of the time anyway. So, yeah, it's just nice to be nice. And nope, that's not what I want to do. I just want to put a little compression on this mic. Trying to make sure I'm not overdriving anything, and yeah, I'm still getting my thing together, you guys. This is it's a new thing for me, doing this, and I'm trying to get better at it. It's one of those things where eventually I will, but it's the journey, I guess, would be the thing. Is this loud enough? Can you guys hear this? I know there's a 20-second delay, but, just feel free to chime in on the chat window over here. So if I need to turn up my gain a little more, I'm happy to do it. I think I'm going to play a tune. That was called redaction in real time, and how a pro for these days, right? So is that better? Is the volume getting better here? Should I turn up the drums more, because I'm kind of on the line as far as my mixer is concerned. I know right now it's kind of getting in the yellow. It's not quite hitting. I don't want to hit the red is the problem. Hang on. How's that? Is that better? Okay. Let's see where we are. Well, thank you there, Craig. It's a nice compliment. Sounds good on my end. Okay. Cool. So, let's do a Jazz Pistol song. This is called Moby Dick. Let me make sure my volume's not going to kill me here. Thanks for bearing with me, you guys. Oh, there's the problem. That's cranked all the way up. Hit a bit of red. Okay. I will hit a bit of red. Somebody told me that digital distortion's not good. Okay, there. I'm hitting just a bit of red. Hold on. Let me see. Let me get it back. One more time. Wow. Yeah, so it's like the first tune I've played through in a bit, and yeah, the guitar on that's great, isn't it? Those guys, they're a German group. They're from, I'm not sure what part of Germany, but because Germany's pretty big. But those guys, yeah, they're those German technicians, man. Those guys are badass. We were at the Guitar Summit in Mannheim this past what was it, September, October, something like that, and heard some amazing players. It was kind of odd, just for a tune. For a town that's like as music centric as Mannheim is, I didn't see but one sax player on the street, and there were no live music venues there. So that was kind of struck me as odd, even though the what is it, the Rosengarten, the place where the Mannheim Steamroller plays. Hey, Glenn, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. Thanks for showing up. So I'm just kind of hanging around, playing tunes, practicing, making an idiot out of myself here on national, international sort of live, and now in multi-camera, 4 flavors, right? So yeah, this whole rig didn't cost me that much. Didn't break the bank. The software is free. Glenn, I'm back on tour. Where are you, Glenn? Let me see what your message says, man. I'm back on tour. Oh, hey, Glenn. Hey, man. Yeah, Glenn's the monitor guy from Mannheim. Hey, it's good to see you. I got a picture of you. We have a picture together. So I'm going to play this other tune. A friend of mine is a brilliant and talented composer in San Diego, and he wrote these pieces over the years, and we've been trying to put an album out for a long time. And so I am going to play this tune. It's called "The Dance," and it's got a lot of parts. So I haven't played this in a while, but I haven't played any of these in a while. I'm just going to go ahead and see how many things I get right, and not count the mistakes, because I know there'll be plenty of them. But okay, so this is "The Dance" by Mike Watson. Yeah, I got about 85% of that right. That's got some parts, and it's been a while since I played it. And I'm breaking in a new setup here. Let me explain you what I got happening here. So I'll start over here on the left side. How's that? Yeah. Hey. So these are 15-inch groove hats. This is an Oriolo 5.5 by 14 aluminum shell, kind of an acrylite, kind of a clone. I wouldn't call it a clone because it's its own thing. But man, I just love the snare. For cymbals, let's see, rear cam. Start here. This is an 18-inch HH Evolution Ozone. This is a 19-inch Artisan Crash that I'd sent this one and its cousin, or little brother or whatever, over here. I sent them both back to the factory and had them thinned out even further, and that was the one. That worked like a charm. This is a 7-inch Max Splash, named after Max Portnoy. This is a 22-inch medium Artisan Ride. Here's a 17-inch AAX Extreme China with a 15-inch Vault Crash on top. Makes a nice little splishy noise. And this is the 17 Artisan Thin. So drums are Stone Custom. It's a Koa cherry wood kit. Bernie Stone built them on the old Slingerland molds in Indiana. Bernie's a freak, man. He built some really nice drums. So what's different about this kit is I've got, in addition, what I usually use is 2 crashes over here, a ride, and a crash over here. What I've added, and a cowbell too. Can't forget that. There's the cowbell. So I've added the splash, and I've added the trashy thing. And I'm just kind of looking for other sounds because for many, many years I've just played a 4-piece kit, and I feel more at home on a 4-piece kit than I do on this. But I'm just kind of looking, to sort of up my game and see if buses leave. Oh, hey, Glenn, take care, man. What? Here, you guys can see me now. I didn't realize I was looking at my back there. Yeah, what's different is I've got the expanded setup here, and my positions have moved around a little bit. So I'm used to having Tom here, and then this Tom is usually like right up here. See if I can show you right here. It's usually like right up where this part right here is usually about right here because I just play a 4-piece. So I'm used to having my stuff a little forward, and so everything's kind of being pushed back just a smidge, and that's okay. I just have to figure out how to, negotiate my way around the kit, and that's the challenge these days. But I'm sitting down every day, and of course, you guys are going to hold me accountable, right? So I'm going to play another song. Yeah. This one's going to be by Simeon Flick. Simeon's a really great composer in San Diego, and he's one of those guys that plays everything on the album. SimeonFlick.com, just like it's spelled, SimeonFlick.com. He's got some cool stuff. So I'm going to play one of his songs. Nothing too crazy. Jim, hey man, thank you. Yeah, man, I've been kind of, spewing on the internet here for a long time. Eek. What's gonna happen? Let's see, what do I want to play? Not the Chris Harwood stuff. Oh yeah, I said Simeon stuff. Kind of feeling this one right here. kind of munch the ending a little bit. It gets really thick tonally up in there, and that's one of the things that I try to embody as a sense of internal hearing as I'm playing, because if I can hear it in my head, then I can hear through any of the other stuff. So as with, anything, you start, climbing stairs every day or, walking a circuit. It's not hard to do. It's just that you get stronger doing it. It's not that it gets any easier. It's just you get better at it. So that's what I'm doing here, is trying to get better at it. It's a never-ending process, staying on top of things. I think I'm probably going to end up taking a blues gig or something, just, to get out and play, because that's all I ever did for 30-something years, was just go play gigs in clubs. And I've gotten to the point where I don't have to do it that much anymore. But the need to do it is definitely there, because I need to be playing. I need to play, more. I need to play out more. And it's just, one of those things where eventually I'm going to crack the right nut. Everybody I work with are nuts. They're good nuts, though. They're D's nuts. Okay, so let's. I think I'll do one more tune and then probably get out of here in a minute. So, what kind of in-ear monitors am I using? Okay, Jim. I am using the Etymotic. Hang on. I have to look. ER4 SRs. Yeah, these are the ER4 SRs. Right now I'm just using kind of a cheap condenser mic because I ran out of good microphones because they're all on my drums. And I'm eventually going to end up getting a SM7B is what I've determined, with a cloud lifter. Just starting to get into all my microphones and stuff. And I hope to get some 421s and some C414s and, things of that nature. Maybe some 214s. The 414s are freaking expensive. $2,000 for a matched stereo pair. Damn. But they sound great. I saw on Instagram the other day, there was this XY mic clip that holds the mics, in that XY pattern, and they use one stand. So basically, you just put your mic on the stand, and then you clip this clip to the one mic that's there, and then you clip the other mic into it. So it holds both microphones on one stand. The only problem is that I don't want a mic stand directly in front of me, because that drives me absolutely crazy. I don't like anything being in my line of sight. So for that reason, I'm going to have to probably mount the microphone mount to the ceiling, which I have no problem doing. I'll just take a piece of black iron pipe and do it like that, and then hang the mic mount like that off the structure of the house. And that'll settle that, and then I can get rid of these two mic stands on the front here, which I wouldn't really need. So it just makes the thing just a little cleaner. I don't like having a bunch of pipes sticking up around me, but anyhow, so there's that. I gotta see around my thing here. I have limited window space here. Hold on. I'm about to solve this right now, buddy. Hang on. Do like that. I'm going to do like that. Do I sing backup vocals? No, I don't sing. I wish I did, because that's actually cost me gigs. When I was growing up in Mississippi, the older guys, the first thing out of their mouths, do you sing? No. Oh, man, I need a drummer who can sing. So anyway, I did try. I mean, I've actually, there's been a few times where, they said, here, you're going to sing. And I'm like, okay. And so I'll just dig in and, scream my head off. But that's about it. I guess it's one of those things where I had to get over. I had to get out of my own way, and I can do it now. But I just have to detach myself from the moment. But so that Mr. Big was looking for a drummer after Pat passed away, and Matt Starr, he couldn't do one of the dates or something. So I said, hey, man, well, put me in line for that. He goes, well, do you sing? And I was like, yeah. He says, well, we need somebody with real strong backup vocals. And I'm like, crap, man. So that would have been a nice slot to get. But turns out, who knows what those guys are doing right now. But I know what their boss is doing, or the guitar player is doing. And we're doing an album in April. That's going to be fun. So anyhow, let's go do another tune. Let me find what tune I'm going to do. Move the chat window over. Oh yeah, man, Craig. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to being on that. It's gonna be a fun. That's gonna be a fun album to play on. Okay, so what are we doing? We're gonna do. I'm gonna do this one tune. I met these guys. I met a bunch of people on this online composition site, and I would just kind of crash their projects and go throw a drum track down on something to see what it sounded like, and I was attempting to, sell my stem tracks to people. Hey, I got, here's a stereo bounce of what I did, but I got all the 10 or 11 tracks here on my computer if you want to buy them. And I didn't really get too many takers on it, which I've actually got a whole bunch of sessions of me just, jamming, playing songs in my own head. And I've got those, and I want to start parsing those up and making those available on my site for purchase. That should be kind of a fun thing, kind of a stem file package of drum licks. And anyways, this is one of those tunes. It's pretty cool. This keyboard player in Italy, his name's Gianluca Grasso. Gianluca Grasso. Gotta roll that R. In Italian, if you think you're rolling your R's too much, you're not rolling them enough. Where you're just now getting to rolling them. Roll them more. Roll the R's. That's what I was told anyway. Was a little bit tricky. Yeah, I need to spend some time on a practice pad, that's for sure. I got to get my hands together. So one thing I don't really talk about much or put too much attention to is that I've got arthritis in both my hands. It's osteoarthritis, and it's in my thumbs down in the meat. And the thing is that the way I hold my stick is I'm back here in the back of my hand, so my thumb's not like taking the brunt of the grip like, you would a lot of people do. My pinky is actually the actuator and all that I do. So it takes me a little bit of time to get loose. So with my left hand, as far as the traditional grip goes, I don't want to do that. I use my thumb over here, but it doesn't really seem to bother me at all. And it's what does hurt is when I play brushes, because it's pressing upwards and it puts tension here in the middle of my palm, so I'll feel that. But I don't really play brushes that much. And the thing is that when I figured out that I had that, I realized that the human body is kind of a finite entity, and you got to use what you got while you got it. So I don't intend on stopping drumming at all anytime soon. That's definitely not going to happen. But I'll do it as long as I can. And I'm also thinking a little bit long term too. So, what am I going to do after the fact? Well, I don't know what old drummers do after the fact. They end up, mentoring younger drummers. I don't know. I might go drive heavy equipment. I kind of like that kind of thing. It's fun. I like the smell of fresh earth. So digging a hole 30 feet deep with a frickin' excavator that could lift a house. You see those guys. They pick up those rocks on with those big like Cat 6090s. Those big monster mining excavators. Those things are just incredible. What power! I would just like to drive, to operate one just to feel all that power. It's like, okay, there I'm picking up a 30-ton rock. I'm going to just drop it. Yes. Anyway, enough about that. Thanks, Craig. Thanks for the props. I think I should play one more. Yeah. Let's do one more here. Yeah. Well, yeah, carrying on no matter what. Well, the thing is that the rent's not going to pay itself. So, if I don't carry on, then I'm not gonna carry on. I'm gonna not have a roof over my head. I'll figure out something to do. I'm really hooked on this polar seltzer stuff. This seltzer water with a little flavoring. Tastes like a raspberry and a lime kind of walk through it a little bit. It's not really that strong, but it's pretty good. Woo! Okay, yeah, one more tune here, then I'm going to bounce. This hour kind of went fast, didn't it? I love my drum hangs. Which one? Simeon Flick. I'm fall on my butt on that one right there. Yeah. This one's by Simeon. It's called Punch Your Weight. And it's kind of a fun tune. It's got a neat rhythm to it. He's just such a ripping guitar player. So let me mute this down, and then we'll get slinging some sticks. It's a fun tune to play. Kind of clips along. It's got a nice clip to it. Oh, you guys are just making me blush here. Jim, I didn't know you operated machinery. That's pretty cool. What do you do? What do you run? I'm going to go train. I'm gonna go train on at a place in Woodland, Washington, and get my certificate, just so I can say that I have it. You know, I just I've had an affinity for stuff like that. All things mechanical. I mean, you know, look at what I do, drums. I think one of the things that really kind of enamored me about the drums and what I did just earlier this week was I actually sat down and pieced everything back together, cleaned it all up, and redid my whole setup. And that involves a whole lot of tinkering and just messing around and fooling with it and, you know, thinking about it and going like, oh, if I just move this crashing just a little closer. So, oh, man. Oh, cool. Like the telehandlers, yeah? Those are kind of neat. Those are really neat. So, anyways, yeah, today's drum hang was brought to you by the letters COFFEE and never decaf. Friends don't let friends drink decaf. And friends never put flavored grinders down, flavored coffee through their friends' grinders, lest they go buy them a new grinder. Anyhow, yeah, if you ever want to come over for coffee, here I am. We've got strong coffee all the time. So, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll probably be back here later. If I don't come back today, I'll come back tomorrow. So, we'll do this again real soon. Appreciate you. Take care, y'all.